We can see a traditional Maori experience an automobile accident, and of course, the following death, with a representation of the spirit slowly leaving the body. After some time, the accident is found by other shocked Maori, who quickly move the body away from the wreck and the fire into a hospital, in hopes that the man can be saved. We can see the Maori carrying the dead body into a coffin, waiting for the rest of the Maori members to arrive as they lay down the body in order to continue with the ritual. Of course, the ritual being the Tangihanga, which is a traditional death ritual for Maoris in New Zealand, in which all close friends, family, and even people who he worked with gather in order to let the spirit never be alone. Of course, the traditional members come dressed in the traditional garb because they are the ones who represent the Haka dance. As the people start arriving, the traditional Maori, honoring the dead, get into a line and start the Haka dance. The Haka dance started as a war dance, however, over time it was adapted into a dance to honor the dead and let the spirits rest in the afterlife. Finally, as the Haka dance is over, the family members gather with the dead body. The Tangihanga states that the family members must stay at least 3 days with the body in order to let its spirit go to the afterlife without being ever alone. All the close friends and family stay for 3 days until there is no one left, and the body is finally buried, and its spirit goes to the afterlife. We will now see the Western Australian burial, starting of course with the death of a man by a bear attack. As time passes, the body is found and taken by authorities to inform family and friends and wait for their choice. After a while, the body is eventually taken to the cemetery, where a short funeral takes place. As all the people involved with the person who died gather in order to remember the person who died and talk about their life, their accomplishments, and what the person meant to them. The family or friends are given a moment of mourning to remember and keep the dead person in their hearts. After a while passes, eventually people will start leaving one by one, leaving the body buried behind, and slowly the family will too leave. Finally, we are viewing the Australian Aboriginal death ritual. We start by seeing a man get attacked by a buffalo and killed. The body is found by a fellow tribesman and carried away. After a while, the members of the village gather and bury the body. This is the start of a week-long or sometimes even much longer festival to honor the dead person, characterized by much dancing, by processions, and by a lot of partying, eating, and celebrating. This is in order for the people not to be sad but happy because the person has gone on to a better place, and for the spirit of the dead person to leave the mortal plane in a happy way. We can also see a deep focus on spirituality, thanks to the fact that they can't mention the name of the dead person or even show pictures or anything related to them, so that the spirit in this time of transition isn't disturbed. We can see that there are many tribes, so the processions, dances, and celebrations usually vary between them. However, most of them are characterized by processions throughout the whole village made by the members in order to carry the dead body to its burying ground.